I've been doing videos on Alice in Chains for a few months now, and it seems to me that you guys are obsessed with Lane's harmonies on the self-titled album just as much as I am.
Don't you guys have anything better to do?
This is the beginning of a series where I deep dive into Alice in Chains songs or other grunge songs and see what makes it awesome. We're gonna start off with Shame in You. We all love this song. It's dark, it's chilling, it's grungy, it's wild, but it's beautiful at the same time. We all love this song. It's in the key of D flat major or D major on an E flat tuned guitar. The guitar part in this song is so slick, so subtle, so sweet, and the vocals are no laughing matter. This thing is dark. Let's figure out what's going on in this song. Let's start with the guitar. Jerry outlines the chords with his guitar pretty well, not as good as Lane, but we'll get to that later. He outlines these chords by doing this. What I want to talk about right now is how there's no minor chords. You would think that this sad, dark, evil sounding song would have a minor chord in it, or you'd think it'd be all minor chords, but it's not. And we're gonna get into why it still sounds minor, why it still sounds sad later. The first thing you'll notice on that guitar part is the descending chromatic notes. It starts on D flat, then it goes down to a C, then it goes to a B. Dun, 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 wah, 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 wah. When you descend, it's automatically a more sad, defeated, deflated feeling. And when you ascend, da 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 da, you find treasure in a treasure chest. When we get into the next part, we get a little bit more distortion and more power chords. I love that Jerry sticks to the power chords on the underneath because Lane's part is riddled with cool harmony. Jerry keeps it simple for the most part. Check this part out. Other than that, there's a lot of, I don't know, major country licks in this song. The last guitar part is the bridge. This is the most simple part, however, I think this is the heaviest part, because instead of going from that open chord up to the 4th fret, we go from that open chord up to the 3rd fret. So there's our minor interval. Now, it's still a major chord. D flat, F flat, G flat, D flat, and the next time it's D flat, F flat, G flat, A flat. And there's harmony over that part, so it's not just static chords. And honestly, that chord progression is one of the most classic rock chord progressions there is. The 1 chord, the flat 3 chord, and the 4 chord. All right, now let's learn what the actual chords are and add in Lane Staley's voice part. This song uses 3 different chord progressions. We went over it in the guitar, but now let's put some labels to it. The first one, or the verse is a D flat major, followed by a D flat major over C, followed by a D flat major over B, followed by an A flat major chord. There's no power chords in the verse. The vocal's on the same note for a minute. So in this first part, I hear, na 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 na, that's the melody, da da, 5 5 3 5. It follows the chords. I recorded all the parts myself, and you'll be able to hear them right here.
When I wake and I make time for sleeping, yeah. And I'm saying I'm to go and I've been hurting, yeah. When I wake and I'm making time for sleeping, yeah. When I waken and I'm making time for sleeping, yeah. When I'm saying time to go when I've been hurting, yeah.
The next part,
When I'm laying, I'm still trying, concentrating on dying, yeah. Well, I'm laying, I'm still trying, concentrating, dying, yeah. Well, I'm laying, I'm still trying, concentrating on dying. Well, I'm laying, I'm still trying, concentrating on dying, yeah.
you've got the baritone part. You've got the third, which is almost unhearable. There are certain parts where it's like a suspended chord and not, but we're not going to dive too much into that. I just want to figure out what these chords are. The next part, my favorite part, is the chorus. It's got those cool guitar parts, but the real magic comes from Lane Staley. First of all, the chords are D flat to F7 to E7 to A flat. Then it's D flat to F7 to E7 to A flat 7. So we make it a dominant chord right there. And what's cool is A flat 7 goes nicely to our home key. So sometimes there's normal stuff in here. In fact, it's all cliches, like line cliches that you'll hear in other songs, but with minimal twists, like little tiny twists that all of a sudden it sounds completely unique. This song is like no other song. We have a melody part.
You're right as rain, but you're wrong to blame. Agreed, my crime's the same.
And we have a part up on the top, which is a third away.
You're right as rain, but you're wrong to blame. Agreed, my crime's the same.
What's really cool about this is that it's all parallel thirds. Sometimes it's a major third, sometimes it's minor thirds. It's mostly minor thirds, which is 3 half steps apart. So if you listen, Lane's parts are almost always 3 or sometimes 4 if it's a major third. 3 half steps apart.
You're right as rain, but you're wrong to blame. Agreed, my crime's the same. My sins I'll claim, give you back shed pain. Go find a place for own shame, so you can deal with this thing unreal. No one made you feel any hurt, yeah.
Parallel minor thirds brings me to my favorite discovery of this video, the flat 9. In jazz, the flat 9 is the most common altered chord. Altering a chord is just like take a chord, change it, so it sounds different. And a flat 9 is one of the most common ways to do that, and that's because if you add a flat 9 to a dominant chord, you get a fully diminished 7 chord, which is parallel minor thirds. Let's listen to that right now.
So you can deal with this thing unreal.
If you're not sure what the chords are, always listen to the bass part to figure out what the root is. If you know what the root of the chord is, you can figure out the rest eventually. All right, let's get to the bridge. I love this bridge, or outro really, but let's listen to the bridge.
Throw out, blow out, hold in, show fight. no signs, grow blind.
So the chords are D flat, F flat, G flat, D flat. And the reason I'm calling it F flat is because it's a third away. So A, B, C, D, we get D, E, F. It has to be 3 notes away. We can't call it an E even though it is an E. It's an F flat. We got the D flat, we got the F flat, and if you add in the notes from Lane's part, you get an F major 9, a G flat, and then a D flat again. And then you got D flat, F flat major 9 again, G flat major, and then an A flat major. And it sits on the A flat major for a long time. It does a lot of cool, quirky, idiosyncratic Alice in Chains type dope stuff. Something I really like about the bridge is the oblique parts, meaning one note stays the same and the rest of them move around.
Shall find no sign. Shall find no signs. Shall find no signs. Throw out, blow out, hold in. Shall find no signs, grow blind.
Out of the 3 parts, the bridge is the least dense. It seems like it's maybe just doing 2 octaves and with a note in the middle. Seems like maybe there could be even extra stuff. Lane's low notes are so hard to pick out. That's kind of why his sound sounds that way. It's not a lot of bass. Like Chris Cornell will do harmonies, and his voice has a lot of round bass to it. Lane's is really thin. No one needed to move, right? It's really soft, really, really dark. I'm like 90% sure about all this, which isn't high, but if you listen to the song enough, you'll start hearing notes that don't exist. So what I want you guys to do is give it a listen. If there's anything that you hear that I got wrong, please let me know. Especially because there's one part in the chorus where they stay minor thirds the whole way, like it's an F7 flat 9 chord, and then it's an E7 chord. The melody makes it an E major 7 chord, but the harmony makes it an E7, a dominant 7. All right, we've done the guitar, we've done the harmonic analysis. Let's figure out if this song is actually any good, and let's give it a rating. With its smooth and seamless guitar, unnoticeable bass parts, the stabilizing drum beat, Lane's excellent and intuitive vocal composition, with him speaking the truth in his lyrics, this song is a 10 out of 10. There's so many more songs I want to do. Comment below what song we should do next on this new harmonic analysis series. I would love to hear your thoughts. Go ahead and comment below that Alice in Chains is the greatest and Lane is the GOAT. I want the comments filled with Lane is the GOAT, and we'll catch you guys next time. Thank you so much.